Hello my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that I've been given the pleasure to welcome you onto my channel, I'm Vanessa and I and welcome to the fam. So you guys, today is all about your life's purpose. So if you want to find out what your life's purpose is right now, then tune into one of these 4 groups to figure out exactly what that is. The 4 groups are as follows. We have the Tiger Eye, we have the Aragonite, we have the Quartz, as well as the Amethyst. But as you guys know, the timestamps are linked down below in the description box as well as in the comment section, so you can just click your corresponding timestamp to fast forward to your reading. Feel free to tune into multiple readings if you feel like you cannot make up your mind between multiple groups. Your personal reading may be a mixture between multiple groups, and I would not want you to miss out on valuable information about your life's purpose. So yeah, you guys, before I get into the video, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for your love and support. I cannot believe how rapidly my channel has been growing and just how many new unicorns join the fam every day. You guys know that I am so passionate about my pick a card reading videos, and it's just amazing to be able to offer this much help and value to you guys, just to be constantly getting amazing feedback. So thank you guys so much. I can't even begin to explain how much this means to me, and I just wanted to express my gratitude as well as my thankfulness to each and every one of you. So guys, I like to keep the intro very short so we can spend more time within the individual readings. So I'm going to be starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the Tiger Eye. Hello group number 1 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Tiger Eye. Let us figure out exactly what your life's purpose is right now. So first and foremost, we have yoga as well as family. So group number 1, I want to talk to you about family first. So as an important part in your life's purpose right now, I see that loving your friends and family is a very central part. It plays a very central role. So I definitely feel like what you need to do is refocus on your family life if you feel like you have not been giving it the time of the day or as much time as it deserves. And furthermore, allowing you to balance your chakras as well as your energy just in general. I would recommend for you to enhance your life by practicing yoga. So stretch and exercise each and every morning. It rebalances your energy as well as puts you in a very positive state right at the beginning of the day. And if you're anything like me, then it can be hard to get yourself to work out later in the day or in the evening when your energy is already a lot lower. So I would definitely recommend for you to integrate exercise right in the morning when you get up if possible. So group number 1, your life purpose definitely has to do with you setting a great example, working out early in the morning, taking care of your family. Those are all things that a leader would do, that somebody who others look up to and who others aspire to become. Those are the qualities that other people envy in you, and that is part of your life purpose. But I'm going to be moving further into your reading with my Rider-Waite Tarot deck. So let's see what's up. In the King of Cups, I see that your life purpose is to be the person who is emotionally there for others. The King of Cups is a figure that is authoritative, but at the same time is in a place where they are mentally stable and they are able to help others mentally. So group number 1, this may come as a surprise to you, but the universe considers you to be pretty sane and mentally stable. Of course, I don't mean that in any way. You know that I'm just kidding. But what I'm trying to say is that you're often the one who needs to be strong. Your life purpose is to be the one who's there for others. And I know that it's not always easy, but you're a strong person, and sometimes other people just need you. Sometimes other people just have to benefit from your strength in order for them to be able to lift themselves up. So see this as a gift that you have that a lot of people wish that they had. You don't need to rely or depend on anybody. You're somebody who is emotionally and mentally strong just by themselves. Then we have the World. So group number 1, in the World, one thing that I see is fulfillment. I see a good home life, which just ties into family and the fact that being a family person is your life purpose right now. Having your family at the center of your life, as the center of your attention. I truly want you to do that. For whatever reason, the universe knows that maybe time is scarce with your family. Maybe part of your family is going to move somewhere or relocate in any other sense of the way, or maybe your family is just very busy. Maybe your family is in a situation where sometimes discrepancies when it comes to opinions can split your family. So whenever there's a get-together, when people are getting along, allow yourself to really, really enjoy those moments and spend a lot of time with everybody when the vibe is right. So moving further into it, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So in the Eight of Pentacles, I see that working on things in the earthly realms is going to really help. I feel like you can give somebody financial advice within your family. I feel like you're the kind of person who has a good head on their shoulders, who understands about money, and maybe your family is not very good with money, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you're the one who needs financial advice from somebody in your family who is really good with it. So if you have, say, an accountant in your family, just somebody who's naturally very good at handling their money, at managing their money, that is one thing that I see as like a purpose here. That is one thing that I see that is important. Somebody has to be guided when it comes to things in the earthly realms. Also spending, allowing yourself not to spend so much, and encouraging others not to spend, encouraging others to live in a way that is economically smarter and maybe also better for the environment, because often when we spend less, we consume less. So that is just some food for thought for you, group number one. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So in the Seven of Pentacles, I see letting things sort of grow. I see that you have things in the earthly realms that maybe you have started with or without your family. Either way, it's slowly starting to pick up, okay? A business venture, an idea, and now is the time where you can just see it sort of come into its own, and you're just creating another stream of revenue, or at least it would be a good idea for you to do that for your family. So moving further into your reading, we have Horus. And Horus, I see that your thoughts are really the true magnet here. I want you to know that any outcome within your life's purpose right now has to do with your mindset, group number one. So if you have a negative mind, that will never lead to a positive life. However, if you have a positive mind, that will attract more positivity into not only your life, but also your family's life, which will allow you in turn to develop things financially a lot further than with a negative outlook. And also in the Eight of Pentacles in correlation with Horus, I see that that will allow people to be more receptive to what you have to say. So maybe right now, some of your family members are not 100% receptive to your advice about money, maybe because you're a lot younger than a lot of them, or maybe because they just feel like you don't really know much about it. Just an example, it could be in another field of the earthly realms. It could be with health. Maybe you're living a vegan lifestyle, or maybe you're eating in a very certain way or working out in a certain way that you know works and that you know is good for your health. And you're trying to explain this frantically to the people who you love, but they're not willing to listen or to get it. But I see that having a more positive, loving, compassionate sort of streak with them, that is going to open their ears, if you will. So don't be pushy, but try and understand their viewpoint. Try and put yourself in their position. That is how I can really see you being heard a lot more than previously. And then in Commander Ashtar, one thing that I see is that you're being called to take action. I see that you have to take the lead here. You have to take the lead with your health. That is why we have yoga. I feel like your health could improve, and your physical health improving will allow your mental health to thrive. So keep that in mind, because mentally there may be things going on that you can sort out through physically getting your body in check. Another area where you may be able to take the lead is, as I said, in your family, helping people steer their life in the right direction. So I feel like you're wise beyond your years. You're an old soul, group number one, even if maybe your age doesn't necessarily show it, but I definitely see that you can lead by example. And before I move further into your reading, the most important thing here with Commander Ashtar is to practice what you preach. So if you're preaching eating healthily, working out, they want to see you do it. People around you want to see you do it. And your purpose is to lead by example. Your purpose is to show people how it's done by you doing it first. So you're the one who's taking those first steps, and then allowing others to follow. So I see you being the natural leader right now. That is one of the roles that you have. That is one of your purposes in life right now. And I want you to do this confidently. I want you to know that that's the right thing that you should be doing right now. Then in the Empress, one thing that I see is just like being loving, empathetic, compassionate, like we spoke about when it comes to other people. So sometimes when we're so used to something, or we have a very, very strong sort of outlook on an aspect in life. So for instance, being economically smart, maybe it's animal cruelty, maybe it has to do with child labor, and you have a very strong opinion, you can sometimes find it hard to understand why other people would not make those same choices that you make. But group number one, I want you to see things through the lens of not being sort of arrogant about it, not saying to yourself, oh, I can't believe this person is buying dairy, even though that's horrible for the environment as well as the animals. No, see it from a compassionate viewpoint where you're like, I could inform them, I can lead by example, and I can show them how they can maybe change things step by step. You know, see it from the viewpoint as every living being has the right to live its life the way it sees fit. And even if that is not the same as you believe, you still have to be compassionate enough to sort of give the philosophy of live and let live at least a chance, group number one. Then we have the Nine of Cups. So in the Nine of Cups, this is an awesome card. Okay, group number one, the Nine of Cups is known kind of like as the wish card. So basically you can wish for something and it'll come true. So I think for me, intuitively, this is an amazing stopping point for your reading, an amazing stopping point to figure out exactly what your life's purpose is. Your life's purpose right now is undoubtedly completely and wholly with your health and your family. I see that that is super important. Also things in the earthly realms, dealing with money, setting everybody up for success, and you know, just being able to think positively, make a wish, and attract abundance. So I definitely encourage you to ask, then believe, meditate on it, make sure you manifest, and you will be able to receive group number one. Number one, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. If you did, let me know down below in the comment section. And also, if you're new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe to see future videos from me. And I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello group number two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Aragonite, group number two. I want to get straight into your reading about what your life's purpose is right now. So let's find out. We have let go as well as builder. So first and foremost in the builder, one thing that I see is that you have the ability to build, to create, and it brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So that is one thing that I want to talk to you about. Being able to build and create is a quality that a lot of people aspire to have, especially when they're under pressure, which leads me to think that you're naturally a very creative person. But in let go, I see that your life's purpose right now is to walk away from a situation to resolve it, because I feel like right now you're trying to resolve a situation by maybe building, by maybe trying to create a solution, to come up with a solution in your life for something. And this thing that you're trying to sort of create a solution for, this could be a problem within your relationships, it could be something within your work life, your personal life, the financial side of your life. But either way, I see that what you really need to do in order to resolve this is to let go. Part of your life purpose is to learn to let go right now, because I feel like it's very hard for you to distance yourself from certain emotions and certain things. But in order for you to keep creating value for this world, you have to learn to just let it be when it's time to let it be, because sometimes things are just done and dusted with, even though you feel like you could come up with a resolution or a better solution, depending on what the issue is and whether there are other people who are also involved in this. You don't always have control over the outcome, and that is one thing that is stopping you from reaching your full potential when you still believe that there is a better outcome and somebody else is not cooperating. You fail to see that it's best to walk away. But let's move further into your reading, group number two. So we have the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands, one thing that I see is that, you have a lot to do. You have a lot going on. Your life's purpose 100% has to do with much creativity and much that you are sort of carrying on your own shoulders. So I see that you have a lot of weight to carry right now. I see that that is part of your life's purpose, and it may be really hard. Like, that feeling when you just want to lay in bed for 3 days straight and maybe just even cry for 3 days straight, but you can't because you don't have time. Group number 2. Yes, okay, I know, it's not easy, but right now that is part of your life's purpose. And in Temperance, I see you being in full control about cravings as well as just any sort of substances. That is one thing that I see, being patient and not overindulging. That is part of your life purpose right now. So if you're unhappy, for instance, with your weight, with your physical appearance, and it has to do with overindulging or maybe not exercising, not controlling your diet, then right now in Temperance, I see that it's part of your purpose to get happy with where you are physically and to control those aspects of yourself. Another thing within Temperance is just basically being the voice of reason. So within your community, within your friend circle, you may be the one who's always the most mature and the one that people can count on to know what's best to do. So I see that that is also a big part of your purpose, just being the one who knows, who's wiser, and who is maybe even an old soul, so to say. But let's see what else is up for you. Then we have the Magician, and the Magician, I see that magic is something that works through you. I see that you have a lot more skills than you maybe show or than you maybe even know. I see that part of your life's purpose is really discovering more of yourself and the skills that come with you naturally. I see that there's a lot of talent that is still hidden. There's a lot that you maybe have not yet discovered about yourself, but it's now time to sort of unleash that. So we have all elements here. We have the cups, the wands, the swords, the pentacles. So whatever area it is that you still have hidden talents in, I see that they will greatly benefit you for your life's purpose. And in the Emperor, I feel like that will truly help you lead. Leadership is one of the things within your life's purpose, being the one to tell others when to sort of calm down, when to temper themselves, when to be patient, and when to be cautious of how much they're intaking when it comes to food, alcohol, etc. I definitely see you leading there, leading by example, and being the one who has a plan. Planning is one of the things that I see here. I see the only reason why you've been able to accomplish all that you have accomplished, group number 2, is because you're naturally a leader, naturally a planner, and you're one that people can count on and people look up to because of that. So let's see what else is up for your life's purpose. We have the Page of Cups as well as the Moon. So group number 2, in the Page of Cups, I see that your life's purpose right now is to start fresh. Your life's purpose right now is to give new relationships a chance and to maybe even allow yourself to be a little more chillaxed, almost naive, if I may say so, because you're just somebody who is so real and so honest and not going to sugarcoat things that sometimes it can be hard for you to believe certain stories from people, to believe certain situations will turn out for the better. But I want you to look at things with a fresh outlook. Sometimes when we have gone through a lot in life and we see a situation and we already tell ourselves, okay, this is the situation, this is how it'll most likely turn out, we don't even leave room for other experiences and opportunities to arise. But within the Moon, I see that your purpose right now is to let go of those preconceived notions. Letting go is a big thing. Your purpose has a lot to do with resetting. I feel like the reason why your purpose is not clearly shining through to you is because a lot of your creativity and your drive to build, to just make things happen, is clouded by a lot of weight and baggage that has not yet been let go. But within the Moon, I see that once you let go of all of this energy that is not needed, all of this old stale energy, in the Moon, you will all of a sudden be able to focus again on your intuition. I feel like group number 2, it may have been really difficult for you recently to truly feel your intuition, to know when it's speaking to you. It may have been clouded to the point where you don't even know what your intuition feels like. But in order to unclog that and to be able to listen to the sounds of your intuition and the divine, you have to let go, okay? I cannot emphasize that enough. Then in Horus, we have the cosmic gateway. One thing that I see is that your thoughts are everything. If you're constantly thinking about these situations that you cannot resolve because, as I said, there are other influences that you cannot steer, direct, or change, then you're just going to stay stuck in the here and in the right now. Then you're not going to be able to take any steps forward. But if you allow yourself to think positive thoughts, if you allow yourself to change where your thoughts go, then things in the here and now will change. So keep in mind that change starts up here in the mind. Once you start changing how you think, how your subconscious works, all of a sudden things in the earthly realms will start to move along the same path as the things that you have going on mentally. So don't allow yourself to cause any blockages. Then we have Serapis Bay, so we have ascension. One thing that I see here in Serapis Bay is that you can move a lot more into who you truly are. I feel like who you truly are right now is kind of clouded by something. It's maybe clouded by you covering it up because you're not 100% comfortable, or maybe because you're confused about your life purpose. But I see that the light is coming towards you. I see that this aha moment where you're like, oh my God, yes, this is my life's purpose. I see that that is something that is going to come towards you very quickly and maybe even knock you out a little bit to the point where you're like, oh my God, how did I not see this coming? So group number 2, allow yourself to let go of old stale energy that no longer serves you, and to let go of situations that irritate you, but you know deep down inside you cannot really change. And that will allow this creativity that you have, this ability to build and create things and feel accomplished through that, that will allow all of those traits to shine through and for you to continue doing amazing work through discovering more and more of your talents and your abilities day by day. So group number 2, I truly hope that you found this reading insightful and helpful. If you did, make sure that you let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Quartz. Group number 3, I want to move straight into your reading about your life's purpose right now. So let's figure out what's going on. We have counseling as well as justice. So one thing that I see here is that your life purpose right now has everything to do with bringing fairness and protection to this world, with helping those in need and those who are in a less fortunate situation than you are. So group number 3, I see a very giving and loving heart from you. I see a situation where you are the one who wants to bring justice to situations that you know are just not fair and just not right. So that may have to do with child labor, with animal cruelty, which is any sort of social injustice, and maybe even financial injustice that you see going on. So one thing that I see is that part of your life's purpose is to speak up, to not remain silent, and to say exactly what you see when you see something that is not right. And in counseling, one thing that is very clear here is that you have the right words to speak about these things. I see that you're a very eloquent, well-spoken, well-rounded person who is able to give wise advice and also has an empathetic ear. So the fact that you're compassionate but at the same time assertive and able to say exactly what is wrong and what is right, to articulate in a very smart and intelligent way, I see that those are two things that play together really amazingly for you, because people are way more willing to listen to somebody who understands their viewpoint, or at least tries to understand their viewpoint, than someone who goes straight to just what they think. So you're very tactful. You understand how to get an argument across and how to have the best possible chances to achieve an outcome that you feel serves justice. So let's move further into your reading about your life purpose. Ooh, okay, that is a sign. We have the 7 of Wands. So in the 7 of Wands, I see that there's still a lot of work to do. Your life purpose has a lot to do with hard work. There's no way around it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Group number 3, there's still so much for you to do and accomplish. And maybe that is even a relief for you to hear. Maybe you even thought to yourself that your life purpose was kind of over, or maybe there wasn't much there, but there is a lot here. There's a lot of work that is still ahead of you, a lot of sort of bravery that needs to be shown in the future, and how should I say, a lot that can still be created, but I see that it's not going to be easy. By the end of your lifetime, you're going to be exhausted, but you're going to know that you've had a lot of amazing accomplishments and that you've helped a lot of people in your lifetime. In the Queen of Swords, I see that, as I already said, you're somebody who knows how to speak to other people. You're somebody who knows how to hold a conversation, as well as somebody who knows how to win an argument if they need to. And in the Queen of Swords, this is a queen that is very assertive, that knows exactly what she wants to say, but she's not too harsh about it. She's not going to be too cutthroat. She's the kind of person who is very smart, who can see things before other people have seen them, and is able to make assertive decisions through that. She doesn't make any impulsive decisions. She thinks before she speaks and acts. So if that is somebody that you feel like is in your life, or if you feel like that is maybe even yourself, I want you to know that those traits are greatly involved within your life purpose and will help you be successful within your life's purpose. So keep those very close by, group number 3. In the Queen of Pentacles, I see keeping your finances in order, taking care of them in a very loving way. That is one thing that is essential for your life purpose. I see that in order to really fulfill what you're trying to do here and what you're meant to do in this world, you have to have your finances in a place where you're not worried about that. I see that if you're worried about your finances and things in the earthly realms, you just will not be able to put out the same sort of quality that you would be able to put out if you were just chill about it. So know that having all of your things in the earthly realms where they need to be, and also focusing on quality instead of quantity, will save you a lot of time. So if you, for instance, up until now loved great deals, maybe with clothes or just things around your house, you like to shop things that are on sale, maybe try focusing now on shopping quality, because oftentimes when we shop things that are a good deal or on sale, we don't love them, or things that are really cheaply made end up not being very great quality. They don't look good to begin with. After 3 washes, they're ruined. Whereas if we just would have from the beginning gotten something that was high quality, we would have been happier with the look, and it would have lasted maybe for years instead of just like 3 washes, as I said. But let's move further into your reading. I don't want to get too specific about those little details. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So in the 3 of Pentacles, back to your life purpose, group number 3, I see that communicating with other people and collaborating is part of it. So I feel like the only way how you will be able to touch as many lives as you will within this lifetime is by collaborating with others. And you may be a little bit nervous about that. You may have been let down by people in the past to where you now maybe don't want to work with people because you're like, oh, if I want to get something done right, I'll just do it myself. But you have to learn to let go a little bit. You have to learn to give up some of the responsibility and to have faith that somebody else will be able to do the job. And that is one thing that I can really relate to, group number 3. It can be hard to let go of control. It can be hard to just allow somebody to do a task that you would usually do, and you will always see little things that are not quite how you would do them. You will always see little details that you would have noticed and that person may have not noticed, but just be chill about it. You know, oftentimes those are details that only you are concerned with and the rest of the world maybe doesn't even notice. And it will really do more for this world if you just focus on your purpose instead of focusing on those little details and being in control of situations. I wouldn't want you to let any of your fabulous energy go to waste on that. Then in Kalima, one thing that I see is that there are major spiritual changes that have to do with your life's purpose. So I definitely feel like these changes are unfolding because the universe wants you to finally take off. The universe wants you to finally get into a space of as little resistance as possible, where things can just flow and start happening instead of being spoken about. So in these sort of spiritual changes, one thing that I feel within you, group number 3, is that these spiritual changes may have a lot to do with your outlook on the world. So by just being more compassionate and allowing yourself to maybe be a more spiritual person where you believe in just focusing on your mind and your being and being the one who radiates positivity, that is a major energetic upgrade that will allow you to focus on the life's purpose that then in turn will touch so many more people than if you were concerned with people people first instead of your life's purpose first. You get where I'm going, group number 3? So be concerned with your mental state and your life's purpose, because that will help so many more people than if you're first and foremost concerned with people's problems, and then that messes with your productivity and your mental state. So that is one thing that I see is almost like a difficulty for you, but it is possible to get that under control. So don't get frightened about that. Then in Lady Nada, I see that you will all of a sudden awaken to acceptance and divine love. One thing that I see is that your life's purpose has a lot to do with giving and receiving in balance. And I feel like group number 3, you may be the kind of person who just likes to give, or who just naturally is a giver. And it may put you in a very weak position where giving and taking has not been done in balance. So allow yourself to know that this goes both ways. You should not always feel uncomfortable taking. I want you to feel comfortable to take. I want you to feel comfortable to allow people to give you sometimes, because you are just naturally such a giver. It can sometimes put you in a situation where you completely forget about yourself and your needs, and people are just taking from you. And in the end, that will be fatal. That will lead you to a point where you're unhappy and where you're unable to help anybody any further. So keep in mind that for you to complete your life's purpose and for you to really follow through on your life's purpose, you need to be in good shape, both physically and mentally. You need to be at a place in your life where you're able to give, where you have the energy and the nerve to give. But if you're constantly allowing people to take without refueling your tank, or sometimes allowing the ones who took to give back, then that is where you run into issues, group number 3. And I just wanted to point that out for you, because I know that it can be hard for you to say no, especially to friends and family. Then in Mary Magdalene, one thing that I see is that you have something very important to share. Your life's purpose is important to this world. You have to follow your inner calling and do not let anything stop you. So there may be people who are trying to stop you on your way, or who have tried to instill fear in you, or tell you kind of, are you really sure that you want to do this? Do you really feel like this is the right thing? And I want you to stay put in your position. I want you to allow just your confidence in what you're doing to radiate and shine through. And I know it can be hard, but sometimes you just need to be that rock. Sometimes you need to be that mountain that people can try and push and shove but will not budge. So keep that in mind, that it is tough, but sometimes that's just what you got to do. And in Joie Cool, one thing that I see here is that, last but not least, you have to remember that you're on a path that you are predestined to go down. I want you to know that it is one step at a time, but this path is a path that has been chosen for you. Yes, it's predestined, but at the same time, I want you to know that the path can be readjusted constantly. You don't need to stick to this one path till the end of your days. If you feel right now like you're very passionate about animal cruelty and making this world more cruelty-free, or you're very passionate about environmental causes, don't feel like just because that is one thing that you're doing now, trying to get more justice into this world for animals or the environment, don't feel like this is the end-all, say-all, be-all. You can still change your path and go down another route later down the line. But what is essential for you right now is to just do what you're passionate about, because that is where you will achieve the best results. That is where you will learn the most. That is where you will be able to make that change. So for you, group number 3, I see that your life path has everything to do with passion, and the only way how you can really accomplish things is by following that passion and not trying to follow any other path that anybody suggests, but the path that you feel within you is right, and you know sort of lights that spark and ignites that flame within you. So group number 3, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. If you did, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Amethyst. Group number 4, I want to get straight into your reading about what your life's purpose is right now. So let's find out what's going on. We have career change as well as children. So one thing that I see for you, group number 4, is the fact that you're embarking upon a change in career, a change in direction, and this will bring you more joy, more abundance, and everything that you've desired and everything that you deserve. So I feel like where you are right now in life is maybe a good starting point, but not necessarily your life's purpose. Another thing within your life's purpose in children is the fact that your life's purpose will, at the end of the day, involve helping, teaching, or healing children, maybe also just helping people who are younger than you, people who are maybe less mature, less fortunate, just in a situation where they are not as far as you are. They don't have as much life experience, they don't have as much maturity, they maybe have not been through what you've been through, but you will be able to help other people through these situations. And maybe right now your job has nothing to do with that. Maybe you're, for instance, working in a retail store, maybe at a bank, maybe just somewhere where you're unable to help, somewhere where you're unable to be in contact with other people as much as you would like to be. But I see that that is something that may change, and the career change does not need to be a complete 180. Keep in mind that maybe you will just start a side hustle where you can help other people who are in a situation that you were once in, but you didn't have anybody to look up to. You didn't have anybody who would help you. And now you're playing that big sister, big brother, big unicorn that is helping others through difficulties. This may be through a blog, through a YouTube channel. Maybe you're going to do this just by volunteering at one of your local shelters or local help centers. But let's move further into your reading to figure out more about your life's purpose right now. And keep in mind that your life's purpose keeps evolving. So what happens here is not forever. This is just for right now. So in death, one thing that I see is that there's definitely an end of an old life purpose coming for you. So whatever your life purpose was prior to this reading, prior to what is entering your life now, is definitely going to come to a halt. It's going to come to an ending, and things are not going to be the same anymore. And this can be sort of like distressing. This can cause anxiety. This can bring you into a situation where you're uneasy because you're starting a new sort of cycle that you have not experienced before. But I don't want you to panic. I want you to know that death means that there is a rebirth coming. Death means that something is ending that is maybe way past its expiration date and has not really lost anything in your life anymore. So your life purpose is coming very soon, and whatever your life purpose was up until this point is ending. And in the Wheel of Fortune, I see that you can definitely steer your life's purpose in the direction that you would like it to go. But at the end of the day, there are certain factors that you cannot change. Just like the wheel has certain factors that cannot be changed. Yes, you can spin the wheel, but at the same time the directions remain the same. So who you are at the core is not changing because of your life purpose, but how you handle it, which path you go down at any given point, that is one thing that can constantly change and can be steered by yourself. So I want you to know in the Wheel of Fortune that just as much as there are difficulties finding your life purpose or on the path of your life purpose, there are also going to be times that just flow really easily and in a way where you know exactly what you're doing and things are crystal clear to you. So if you're in a murky stage right now, do not worry. Number 4, things are going to become clearer as you continue following your intuition. Then we have Master Jesus. So group number 4, if you're not religious, do not worry. My channel is all inclusive. Master Jesus is the card's name. It has nothing to do with Jesus. Master Jesus teaches us forgiveness. That is what this card stands for, forgiveness. And I want you to know that your life's purpose has everything to do with you allowing forgiveness to prevail, to being on this path of light and love, and allowing yourself to also indulge into the practice of father healing. So maybe that is one thing that you need. Maybe you have a difficult relationship with the fatherly figure in your life, or you've never had a fatherly figure, or the fatherly figure is for some reason no more there, and there is hurt within you. There is something that is unresolved where you feel like you have never spoken about it. You have never been able to fully heal and recuperate, but on your life's purpose path, this is one thing that you will be able to do. And I feel like it has a lot to do with being around those who are younger or maybe don't know as much as you do. They will teach you that there's more to life than holding a grudge or holding on to emotions that have not yet been forgiven and have not yet been dealt with. So being around those who are younger than you, being around those who are maybe more carefree than you, I see that it is inspiring, and it will allow father healing to be something that happens, and forgiveness to just comes so much quicker than being around those who are maybe older, wiser. But let's move further into your reading. So we have Diana. One thing that I see here is that you have to focus on what you desire. I see that you have to set your sights higher and expect the best possible outcome. Right now, you're not expecting the best possible outcome, group number 4. I feel like, yes, you desire for things to go well, but at the same time, you're maybe doubting yourself and your abilities. You're maybe not 100% sure if you will even be able to reach your goals and your dreams and your aspirations, because you somehow feel like they're so far out of reach and they're at a point where you're unable to get there, or you're not sure if you're ever going to get there. But I want you to know that what you think of your goals shapes exactly how reality unfolds. And why did that rhyme? That is so weird. But anyways, how you feel about your goals and whether you truly feel that they're attainable or unattainable does a lot to whether you're able to reach them. Because if you secretly constantly say to yourself, okay, this is my goal, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get there, I'm not sure if it's even possible, then that insecurity will totally transpire through everything that you do to get closer to your goal. It's going to transpire every step of the way. Every time you work on your goal, every time you take one step closer, it's gonna be an insecure step. And just compare taking a step every day towards your goal that is insecure versus taking a step every day towards your goal that is self-confident. Who do you think will actually get to the goal? Of course, the person who is taking a confident step each and every day. And the person taking these steps that are not very confident, that are insecure, might end up going down so many different paths that they end up nowhere. They just walk in a circle. And I don't want you to become that kind of person, group number 4. I want you to focus on being confident in your dreams and your goals, and to focus your intention on actually succeeding, not just trying, succeeding. Because a lot of us say, oh, well, you know, I've tried, but we have to focus on succeeding if we ever want to get to success. Because if you just focus on trying, that's all it's ever going to be. It's just going to be trying and maybe getting a little success, a few things that maybe don't work out so much, but it's never actually going to be that aha success moment. So let's see what else is up for you. We have Krishna. So in Krishna, I see that your life's purpose has a lot to do with just trusting your guidance, trusting the signs, and also to know that you're loved unconditionally. So in your life's purpose, you may feel uncomfortable because society, your friends, your family may not approve, or you may be in a situation where you are not 100% sure if you even approve of your path. Maybe you thought you would become a doctor or a lawyer, but instead here you want to do something to help children. Instead, you want to become a therapist, or you want to become somebody who maybe works with animals, who maybe has a job where they're an entrepreneur doing their own thing. But at the beginning, you feel embarrassed because, you know, being an entrepreneur is all glamorous until you started and you realize that things don't just start happening. You have to work really hard and you have to start from the bottom. So that can be an uncomfortable feeling, but part of your life's purpose is to realize that those uncomfortable feelings can be overcome. Yes, they are going to arise, unfortunately, on your life's purpose, but you have to keep in mind that anybody who really matters and who truly loves you is not going to care so much what path you go down. They're just going to be happy that you're following what makes you feel fulfilled and where you really are able to light up and be successful also emotionally. So we have the Archangel Michael. I want you to know that you're safe. That is one thing that the universe is trying to communicate to you within this reading, group number 4. I want you to surrender all of your concerns to the universe and just allow things to happen. I know it's hard, especially on your life's purpose path. You're always worried about what if I'm not successful? What if I am successful? What if I don't make money? What do I do when I make heaps of money? I don't want you to worry about that. I want you to just start doing, because worrying about something that has not happened yet is not helping anything and will not even allow anything to happen, because right now you're just focused on worrying. So know that the now, know that being mindful of what is going on right now is what will build your future. But stressing over the future now is not going to create anything in the future, but just more turmoil and more stress, because now you have even less time because you spend time stressing. So notice how that's a vicious and endless cycle, and get out of it, group number 4. That is one thing that I see you needing to do to embark happily and positively on your life's purpose. So let's see what's going on. Last but not least, we have the 10 of Swords as well as the Page of Swords. So this is really fun, group number 4. Last but not least, we have a situation where you're just tired, where you're over talking about it, and then a situation where there is a new beginning. In the Page of Swords, I see where you're confident to talk about whatever it is that you feel necessary. So on one end of the spectrum, next to Death as well as Archangel Michael, I see that there is a certain group of people in your life who just will not get your life's purpose right now. And I feel like it's over, it's done with, you will not be able to explain. So do not further waste your time on that. But on the other end of the spectrum, in Krishna, the Wheel of Fortune, as well as the Page of Swords, I see that you will truly see who comes out of the woodworks, who comes out of the darkness to support you fully and wholeheartedly if you do that career change, if you start working with those who need your help, if you start going down the path that you know is right for you. You will be surprised at who is not supportive and able to communicate with you, and who all of a sudden is your biggest cheerleader. So keep in mind that there will be really positive surprises, and there will be surprises that will leave you stunned. But either way, I don't want you to focus on any negativity. I want you to keep in mind that those who really matter will not care about what you do in your career change or what you do later down the line. They will just care about you looking happy. And you're happy when you're following your life's purpose, when you're following what you're naturally meant to do. And those who all of a sudden maybe even stop communicating with you, they stop texting you, they stop calling you, they stop asking you how you're doing, as soon as your life's purpose picks up and you're more successful than ever, you will know that those people never truly had pure intentions for you, and they would have rather seen you be in a position where you're not following your life's purpose than thriving and being successful. So it's going to be very interesting for you, group number 4. You're going to see a lot of real colors being shown, but I'm just the kind of person who I'm just going to tell you up front, I think it's better for you to see people's real colors, see them for who they are, rather than to be looking at things through rose-colored lenses. So group number 4, I truly hope that you enjoyed your reading, and I hope that you found it insightful. If you did, make sure that you let me know down below in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I will see you in one of my upcoming videos.